Ever feel like you're totally outgunned? Like you're running a lemonade stand and suddenly Coke sets up shop across the street?
It's a common fear, right?
Yeah.
Especially for entrepreneurs and small businesses. I
Yeah.
mean, you're up against these giants with seemingly limitless resources. How can you possibly compete?
Right. Exactly. So we're diving into some expert advice on exactly that today. Basically, how can smaller businesses not just survive, but actually thrive in a market dominated by huge corporations?
And the interesting thing is, this advice doesn't dwell on what small and medium businesses lack in comparison to these mega corporations.
Oh.
Instead, it flips the script completely and focuses on their unique advantage. It's all about agility.
Agility. Okay, I like where this is going. So you're saying it's like being a speedboat, right? You can zip around those big lumbering cargo ships.
Exactly. You got it. It's about being nimble, adaptable. You can react to changes in the market, customer needs, emerging trends, all that way faster than a huge corporation bogged down by bureaucracy and, endless meetings.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But agility by itself isn't enough, is it? Like, how do you actually put it into practice to gain a competitive edge?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. This advice points to some concrete strategies, and a big one is leveraging technology, specifically AI and automation.
AI. Okay. To be honest, I have mixed feelings about AI. Sometimes it feels like it's making things more complicated, not less.
Yeah, I get that. And honestly, a lot of AI is still in its early stages, right?
Yeah.
But this isn't about replacing humans altogether. This expert emphasizes that AI is most powerful when used strategically to enhance what humans do best.
Okay, so then how does that actually work? Like, what would that look like for an SMB?
Or think about all those repetitive tasks that suck up time and energy. Things like data entry, scheduling appointments, even answering basic customer questions.
Yeah.
AI can take care of all of that, freeing you and your team to focus on the things that really move the needle. Things like building relationships with clients, coming up with innovative marketing strategies, or developing new products and services.
It's kind of like instead of having your most valuable asset, your team bogged down in spreadsheets all day, you're unleashing them to actually think creatively and make magic happen.
Exactly. And the best part is there are tons of affordable AI tools out there designed specifically for SMBs. You don't need a massive budget or a team of data scientists to make this work. This expert actually gives a really cool example. It's a company called The Honeycomb.
Okay, the honeycomb. Tell me more.
So they make these incredible, all-natural, honey-based skincare products, right?
Sounds nice.
Yeah, it's good stuff. But anyway, they're a small company with a tight budget. So they used AI to automate their entire order fulfillment process, from processing orders to printing shipping labels to even answering customer questions about delivery times.
Wow. And that actually worked.
Like a charm. It freed up their team to focus on, developing new products, experimenting with ingredients, and building their brand. As a result, they've seen like crazy growth.
That's amazing. See, that's what I'm talking about. AI is a secret weapon for good. Okay, so AI, check. What about this whole niching down thing? It seems like everyone's saying you have to find your niche, but it feels like kind of a, well, I don't know, buzzword sometimes.
Yeah, it's easy to throw around these buzzwords, but this is one of those pieces of advice that's repeated so often because it actually works.
Okay, so for those who haven't heard this a million times, break it down for us.
It's really simple. Instead of trying to be everything to everyone, you focus on becoming the absolute best at one specific thing. And again, this plays to the strengths of smaller businesses. Think about it, those huge corporations. They need to appeal to the widest possible audience to justify those massive operating costs.
Right, so they end up being a mile wide and an inch deep.
Exactly. And that's where you come in. You, the small business owner, you can dive deep into a niche, become the go-to expert, and that gives you a level of credibility and authority that those generalists can only dream of.
So instead of being the Walmart of, I don't know, candles, you become the artisanal, hand-poured soy wax, organic lavender candle king or queen.
Exactly. Or, whatever your equivalent of that is. And this expert talks about this great bakery that decided to specialize in, get this, gluten-free, vegan pastries.
Okay, that's niche. I like it.
Right. At first, they were a little worried that they were limiting their customer base, but it turned out to be the best decision they ever made.
Really? How so?
Well, they did their research, perfected their recipes, they built a strong online presence, and became the go-to bakery for people with dietary restrictions.
Mm.
And now they're shipping their amazing pastries nationwide.
I love that. So they turned a perceived weakness into a major strength. That's awesome. Okay, so we've covered agility, we've got our niche market domination plan. What's the third piece of the puzzle?
It's all about maximizing every opportunity.
Okay, that sounds pretty vague. What does that look like in reality?
Think about it this way. How frustrating is it when you realize you've missed a call or an email from a potential customer because you were, I don't know, sleeping or, having a life?
The worst.
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
Right. But what if you could be available 24/7 without actually, cloning yourself?
Yeah.
And that's where AI comes in again.
Okay, I'm sensing a theme here. AI to the rescue, yet again.
You bet. We're talking about things like AI-powered chatbots that can answer questions, qualify leads, even schedule calls while you're catching some Z's.
Okay, that's next level stuff. So basically, you're never closed for business. You're always there to engage with potential customers no matter what time zone they're in. That's a serious game changer.
Exactly.
So what does all of this tell us? It seems like the real takeaway here is that size isn't everything, right?
100%. It's really about shifting your perspective.
Hmm.
Instead of focusing on limitations, you lean into your strengths. And when it comes to agility, specialization, and leveraging the power of tech, especially AI, smaller businesses, well, they've got a serious advantage.
It's like they say, right? It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
Love it. And that's something I want you all to think about.
Yeah.
What unique strengths do you have that could give you an edge in your world? What's your secret weapon?
Think about it.